See, you can't lay down your religion and pick it up when you want to.
Yes, they do. Yes, they can.
Because I believe it's James 1:8 that says, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
Whoa. I did start preaching.
Is that why he acts so damn unstable?
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Cause a
he got many minds.
Yes.
Listen, if the Bible says it's so, then it's so. A double-minded man is unstable. That's James what?
James 1:8. Look it up. Unstable in all his ways. Not just unstable in everything he does.
Yes. So that's why we look at him and call him a fool.
Yeah.
Cause
the guy has no position on anything except I'm rich. Mm-hmm. I'm richer than you.
Mm-hmm.
That's his only position. He doesn't care about Republicans. He doesn't even like Republicans.
He don't like them. And he can't stand debates, Dennis. He can't stand them.
He is, look, this guy, he's, as they always say, he's a Massachusetts murderer. He's no hard right Republican.
No, get a rope and go, let's go get him, let's go picnicking. He ain't even that kind. He's
saying stuff to get elected. And I tell you, they would be fair hat if he got in there and then he turned around and did a full 360 on them and, well, I'm not doing that. I don't really believe in that. But you lied and said you believe. I'm just telling you.
He lied every day.
Evangelicals can vote for a guy that doesn't have any of their so-called values that they talk about all the time.
But he says he does, and they hate President Obama. So there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Look, they just want to see those black faces out of the White House. They don't care.
Hate breeds stupidity.
Yes, it does. Hey, Dan, what do we say around here? In the words of the late, great Richard Pryor, Mitt is a liar. I know he's a liar because that's all he do. That's his job, see?
I could have sworn that same Bible that they read says God hates a lying tongue.
Yeah, he do.
I'm sorry, that's one of his abominations.
That's the word.
I didn't say that. God said that.
That's the word.
I didn't say it.
Well, then
you don't believe me? Look it up.
then
it's in there. It's like Play-Doh.
Then it's like what?
It's like Play-Doh. It's in there.
Play-Doh. Then you have ranted and raved one more time. We love you. The monkeys love you. The crowd love you. Thank you for coming, baby. We appreciate that so much. Thank you for your rant. And we'll see you next Tuesday night, ranting and raving about the election. We love you, babe.
All right. Love y'all.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye, D.
That's my son, Den. Dennis Good Black Don't Crack Winston on Facebook, y'all. And he has Romney's Working Freeloader page. And we see y'all are lacking that thing because all of you working folks that Romney called losers.
Yeah, all you freeloaders, all you government dependent,
no good, no hustle.
No good, no hustle.
Doggone donkey raping mother suckers.
Down dirty moochers. Let's keep rolling, okay?
Hey, Jackie, then that was your cue to hang up and go to bed because you sick. But look, Jackie, he can even let it go.
I'm sorry. That boy bothers me.
He's what, Dennis?
I said that boy bothers me.
He bothers him. Good night, Dennis. Go to bed. Get some rest. Dennis is on some powerful antibiotics. He's so sick. He brought me a can of disinfectant spray to make sure me and the baby didn't get sick. We love you, Dennis. Good night. You can't rant no more.
Good night, sweetie.
Bye, baby. Jackie, he couldn't let it go.
Oh, no. Well, because it just chaps his butt.
Yeah, Dave the Rave in the chat room, Tony R said he keeps me scratching my head. Dave the Rave said he keep me scratching more than that. Y'all are crazy. Dennis is crazy. Me and Jackie may be crazy and paranoid, but we are telling y'all the truth. All right, Jackie. So it's let's continue on with Mitt Romney, 60 Minutes number 4. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready for that.
Okay.
We asked him exactly which tax deductions and exemptions he intended to eliminate.
Well, that's something Congress and I will have to work out together. My experience
You're
as a
asking
governor,
the American people to hire you as President of the United States. They'd like to hear some specifics.
well, I can tell them specifically what my policy looks like. I will not raise taxes on middle-income folks. I will not lower the share of taxes paid by high-income individuals. And I will make sure that we bring down rates, we limit deductions and exemptions so we keep the progressivity in the code, and we encourage growth in jobs.
And the devil's in the details, though. I mean, what are we talking about? The mortgage deduction, the charitable deduction?
The devil's in the details. The angel is in the policy, which is creating more jobs.
There we go. See, that one right there, Jackie, that really got me thinking. The monkeys even started screaming on that shit. That's what made us even say, pimp. That Negro is pimping us. That's how a pimp talk to you. Come on, baby, just stick with me. Just go out there and do your part of selling the ass and giving the head, and I'm going to take us to the top of the world. How you going to take us, Daddy? You let me worry about that.
Yeah.
You just make me your daddy.
Yeah, and now the other thing, too, that always kills me about the Republicans and this crap that they keep talking is that they always talk about being revenue neutral.
Mm-hmm.
The government needs money.
Tell the audience, Jackie, what that means, revenue neutral.
What revenue neutral means is that it will not raise the revenues that the government brings in.
Mm-hmm.
The Republicans talk that crap all the time about how they're going to cut government spending and blah, blah, blah. They never cut spending. Oh, they cut taxes, but they never get the spending part right.
No, and they don't even pay for their tax cuts.
That financed 2 wars on a credit card.
Mm-hmm. And gave the rich
those bastards.
And gave the rich tax cuts for what, 8 years?
Oh no, sweetie. It was 10 years.
10 years. That's right. Because Obama trying to think that I knew all along when Barack Obama said, okay, when he was trying to get some things done, I'm going to extend your tax cuts for 2 more years. Show you it ain't going to help nothing. You know it didn't help. But all he did was gave an olive branch. Okay, we're going to do this for you. And now we want you to do something for the American people. And after he did that, what they call him? Weak.
Yeah.
He didn't do it no more. He was reaching out his hand. He was trying to make a deal. Barack Obama ain't done nothing. This president, no. It's like John F. Kennedy said. You cannot negotiate with somebody, Jackie, that says what's mine is mine and what's yours is negotiable.
Yes.
It doesn't work. And Barack Obama was a senator for 3 years in Washington. He was a senator for some years in Illinois.
Yes.
He knew all about cutting a deal. This president, he just don't want to work. No, y'all don't want to work with him. What they don't want, they want to have a Democratic president and tell this little black nappy-headed pimping pickaninny
community organizer.
Yeah, community organizer what to do.
Yes.
And no matter how many times you call him black, nappy-headed, watermelon chicken wing eating pickaninny, you not gonna run him.
No.
And that's where the stalemates come. But people, we can break the stalemate by making sure the next senators and congressmen that are sent to Washington are Democrats.
That's right.
Now, you have to be a blind man. This beautiful white girl from Aubrey, Arkansas, Jackie, I don't know who she is because, you know, we've all left home so long ago.
Mm-hmm.
But her name on Facebook is Angie Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
And she always has the most beautiful things out, trying to show folks the facts. Of course, that really doesn't matter to the haters. I mean, we're talking about the haters, but for the Republicans who's got a little sense, like the Republican who gave the president a bear hug and voted for him before and said he's going to vote for him again.
The guy, yeah.
Yeah, those people have some sense and they really look at it. And so we are changing minds. That's why you've seen the shift in the polls. And once they heard Romney say that shit he said about him down at the private party where he thought nobody was listening,
Yes.
then they started thinking, damn.
Yeah, and I mean, it's even more. I mean, if you listen to his policies, that the very people who support him are going to be decimated. Okay? And that next clip points that out.
And that's where Angie Jackson comes in. She puts all of this information on Facebook, and she said, this is so sad because these are the very people that his plan is going to wipe out.
Yes, well, you know, Brenda, I was trying to segue into the next clip, and you just blew past that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was telling that story, Andrew Jackson, and I lost it because you could just start on anything with Mitt Romney, and your blood pressure goes up, and you just start cussing and going off.
So, you know, I have just determined that I have got to, you know, stop letting this man worry me.
Well, that ain't gonna happen. But go ahead with your setup, Jackie, for the next clip.
Well, this next clip is when he's going to talk about balancing the budget.
And
okay,
this is,
and so y'all need to hear that because this is a good one. I gotta explain that one.
Yeah, y'all pay attention now as the pimp talk continues.
Yes.
You talk about balancing the budget without raising taxes, but to do that, you would have to have trillions of dollars in budget cuts. So let's be specific in this interview. What would you cut?
The first big one is I'm not going to go forward with Obamacare. I will repeal Obamacare. It costs about $100 billion a year. Second big area is taking major government programs at the federal level, turning them back to the states where they'll grow at the rate of inflation, not at a multiple of that rate. And that saves about $100 billion a year. And finally, I'll cut back on the size of government itself, as well as go after the fraud and abuse and inefficiency that's always part of a large institution like our government.
You would move some government programs to the states. What would they be?
Well, for instance, Medicaid is a program that's designed to help the poor. Likewise, we have housing vouchers and food stamps, and these help the poor. I'd take the dollars for those programs, send them back to the states, and say, you craft your programs at your state level and the way you think best to deal with those that need that kind of help in your state.
So how does moving those programs to the states bring relief to the taxpayer?
Because I grow them only at the rate of inflation, or in the case of Medicaid, at inflation plus 1%, that's a lower rate of growth than we've seen over the past several years, a lower rate of growth than has been forecast under federal management. And I believe on that basis, you're going to see us save about $100 billion a year.
So you're going to cap the growth on those social welfare programs.
Exactly right.
The monkeys are going crazy. Exactly right, he said, Jackie.
Yes.
Y'all, okay, Jackie, please break down the pimp talk.
All right. So, first of all, when he says that he's going to repeal Obamacare, that means that we go back to the same stuff that we've been doing. The thing about the passage of the Affordable Health Care Act is that costs for health care have already started growing at a much slower rate. I mean, before the Affordable Care Act, we were looking at double-digit increases in health insurance and health care in all areas. Now that the Affordable Care Act is in place, last year, the cost of health care only went up 4%. Something that nobody ever thought could happen. Okay, so when he talks about repealing the Affordable Care Act, that's really going to end up costing us more than leaving it in place at this point. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing is when he talks about letting things, only increasing things at the rate of inflation. Well, when you're talking about healthcare has tended to go up more than the rate of inflation. So that's going to leave a hole. Okay, because even though last year healthcare only went up 4%, the rate of inflation was, I think, 1% or less. All right, so that leaves a hole that the states will have to fill. And when he talks about turning things back over to the states, you guys are going to love this the best. Okay, this is the very best part. Okay, the states that are most dependent on the federal government are the red states. The red states always get more money back from the federal government than they pay in. Does everybody get that? Okay, so like in states like where I live, California, and in New York and Connecticut, you know, all those liberal lefty states, We subsidize these bastards in the red state.
Mm-hmm.